Next, we heard from Claire about official warnings about things like droughts. Claire had a very good variation in pace. She went quickly and slowly. In fact, I think it was slowly then quickly at the very beginning. But I thought that she was very static when she wasn't being a weather forecaster doing a very good gesture. I thought that she was standing very still all the way up into the middle of her body and only really moving from up here, so perhaps being a little more relaxed might be better. But as I say, she also did very good gestures. One was the weather forecaster and the other was sprinkling of water in the garden. Next, we heard from Laura about a film that I've never heard of at all, called John Carter, and Will Disney lose lots of money on it, and about Disney's other films. Laura was very good at addressing the whole audience, including the chair. She moved around to the chair and back, and that was very good. The thing I noticed, which again has just happened to me, is that we had some squeaky shoes going on, and I don't think there's much speaking can necessarily do about that, but perhaps we can try and keep our feet still if we notice that it's happening, to try and reduce it, because it did go on throughout the speech. I thought that Laura's variation in volume was very good. At one point she went very quiet, but because she was enunciating you could still hear her, which was a very good technique to make what she was saying more interesting and captivating. We then heard from Helena about Eurovision entries. I loved the humour of suggesting that we send Mr. Blobby. That got a very good laugh and was a very good device to break up the speech and get us, keep us concentrated. I thought that Helena also had a very static pose. I can't remember quite what it was, but it was that she was static all the way up to her shoulders and then moving from here. So being a little bit more relaxed, getting that balance between being completely static and I've complained about people being static and moving too much. So finding that sweet spot would be better. Helena's volume was very good all the way through the speech, and we could hear everything that she said all the way through. That didn't tail off at the end of her sentences, so that was very good. We then heard from Michael on The Apprentice and whether or not it was just entertainment. Michael's voice was captivating because of the pitch variation and the volume variation that he used. But one thing that he did do all the way through was to rock, and not just rock, but go all the way back and bump into the screen, as I'm just up here, and then come all the way. I didn't see him bump into the screen, that was just me. Moving forwards and back a little bit too much, and that was a little bit distracting, so a little bit more static might have been better. But he, again, very good use of the voice in his pauses and dramatic speed changes, yeah, keeping us listening all the way through was very good. We then heard, finally, from Shirley about S Club 7 and other reforming pop acts. I thought Shirley opened with a very good, very slow opening rhetorical question, which got us all to laugh, which was very good. My tip for Shirley to improve is that, again, she was a little bit static up to her hips, and she was doing things above there, but perhaps if she relaxed a little bit more, we might feel less tense with her as she was speaking. But she had very good variation in voice, and in particular the sibilants that she used. She said quite exquisite and went nice and just a little bit quieter as she said it. And later on in the speech we also had headphone noises, which was a very good difference to make us a little nervous. So that was very good as well. And that was everybody's topics. Thank you.